And it's a lovely morning welcome to the Kerava National Cricket Ground for the National League Division 3 Championship Final. Today we have Oulu Cricket Club playing against the Turku Tigers. In the situation now that both of these teams are actually already promoted to the 2025 National League Division 2 T20 National Championship. So this is the final match of the season for the National League Division 3 trophy. Warm welcome. Warmish. It's at least it's not raining. We've had lots of rain overnight. Thankfully, the ground here at Kerava drains very, very quickly, so we are good to go. News from the toss. Oulu Cricket Club have won the toss and will bat. And at the crease we have this morning as openers Abin Babu, number 24, and just a minute, check on my player list. Okay, unfortunately the name on the screen doesn't match anything that I have on the team list, so that's an interesting one. I'll have to wait for his shirt number. He certainly turns around. Number 10, let me see if I can. So, Kavinda Yasiru, which is down as S. Dar. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway, we shall proceed. The umpires look like they're ready to go, as is the Turku Tigers opening bowler, who is this morning bowling from the water tower end. And that's just nurdled around the corner. I'll come back for easy single there. Outfield quite damp, as you would expect from the amount of rain that we've had overnight and the previous day. Up until that point, we've had beautiful weather for this time of the year. Record-breaking weather even in Finland. Record-breaking number of hot days in meteorological terms in Finland. Everything above 25 degrees centigrade. So we've had a record of those in September, as well as a record of this summer. And there's no run. Just dabbed straight to the short extra cover fielder. Bowler just turns around and gives me a number of shirts. Shahadat Hossain, number 13. So we have a little bit of checking up to do on the screen graphics, as my team list name certainly doesn't match with the one I can see on the screen, unless Rumi is another name that this gentleman has. But Shahadat Hossain, vice captain, number 13 on his back, is what we have on the sheet as he approaches the wicket, and that one is hit nicely through the covers. Will it go all the way for the first boundary of the morning? I suspect it might not. It wasn't hit that well, yeah, and it doesn't. Yeah, there's plenty of dampness in the outfield, and a throw which the bowler won't be particularly happy with, not getting it back in anywhere near the bowler. So that's all gone through the grass on the way out and through the grass on the way in, making the ball nice and wet and difficult to grip. Turku Tigers, or actually Turku Tigers and Oulu Cricket Club, playing for the first year this year in the Finnish National League T20 Championships. So both of them have done very well to reach the final today and to be promoted in their first season. As there's an appeal for not sure what. Clearly from here it was going over and down, but anyway, enough said about that. So both of the teams promoted to Division 2, so a fantastic effort by the two of them in their first season, and it's good to see. So that means that we shall have Oulu and Turku teams in the second division next year, which is great news for the spreading of cricket wider across Finland. Oh, and that one is just top edge. Is the keeper going to make it? Oh, he doesn't get there. Good effort, couldn't get a glove underneath it, and it's down. That's the first chance of the morning. That's Abin Babu was facing. As the first Finnair jet of the morning goes overhead. So the final ball of the first over floated up there, and that pretty much really got what it deserved. Again, not sure whether, no, they have a man out. I was just about to look at which two fielding positions they've got out in the power play, and deep third man was one of them, but that's a better throw as well. Excellent throw from the boundary. They'll pick up 2, I think, from there. Yep. So 6 without loss at the end of the first. The one chance. And we'll see number 17 for Turku Tigers, who is Raju Ahmed, to bowl from the residential end, and he'll be bowling at Shakir Dar, the other opening bat for Oulu this morning. Right arm over the wicket, medium, and that one is just hit nicely. I was just about to say to the right hand of the fielder on the ring, but just takes one bounce and he manages to cut that off. Farid Ahmed, the skipper, here at mid-off to the right-hander. So just the one. So a little bit of a breeze just across the ground this morning. Not much of one. And the forecast overnight has improved to such an extent that, not that I want to speak too much about the weather, but to such an extent that it looks like we shall have a nice, clear and dry morning here at Kerava today. So that's great news for what will be the final match of the 2024 outdoor season, and a fantastic season it's been. 17 to continue from the residential end, and that one is just dabbed out to the point fielder in the ring, and there's no run. Not really much conviction behind that shot, just put a bat on ball rather than actually trying to guide it with power through any of these offside fielders in the ring. They've got a short extra cover, certainly stopping the single there, and then the ring fielders backward point and mid-off with a slip in at what looks like sort of a wide first, 1.5. Slip position, and then as usual, for anybody listening for the first time, the T20 regulations state that we have 6 over power play, and during that first 6 overs of the innings only 2 fielders are allowed outside of the inner ring, and we have those fielders now at a backward square leg and deep third man. Again, a wild swing at that one, straight to the fielder at backward point, no run. So yeah, a third man on the fence, and it's not really, well, it's more a backward square leg position on the fence rather than a fine leg. Currently out for these batters. That one now played in the odd side to mid wicket. No run again. So just a single so far. And sorry, I thought there was one left in the over. It wasn't. It was just a single off the over. So nice tight over there from Ahmed. And it'll be Hassan to continue to take the third over from the water tower end. And that one is guided nicely back with a square, and there's no man there. They should come back for a second, and they do. As the mid-wicket fielder then comes round and returns that one in to the keeper. 2 runs there to Dar. We have a fantastic expanded production team on the ground here for you today. Welcomes to Tilina Rajakorona and Akila Ramanayake, assisting with the camera work that you can see on your screen at the moment and throughout this match today. And myself, Andrew Armitage, here in the commentary box. Third, and that's the down the leg side. Wide signal by umpire Parvez. So just searching for his radio a little bit here, the bowler this morning. So yeah, as I was saying, fantastic weather so far in Finland in September. Bowlers now decided to come round the wicket, which I often wonder to right-arm bowlers, especially of this sort of pace. Not quite sure why they generally do it. As generally the result is that it gets pumped. As generally speaking, again, it does tend to get bowled somewhere around middle leg, and that easy shot over mid-on in this case goes for a single. No more, however. We should have gone all the way from where it was bowled. But anyway, just a single. Continues with the same action, and again, same result. So single this time, just past the bowler towards the mid-off fielder. They'll come back for another one. Moves along to 13. Umpires for today, Paravas Gill and Babashia Gurung. 2 of our experienced panel umpires standing in this last match of the season, as the bowler now decides to come back over the wicket to Babu. Nice shot there, just played it on the ground, but straight at the fielder at wide mid-off, so there's no run. Similar field set here than the previous over, again with a fine leg out on the boundary just in front of us here in the commentary box, and standard third man also on the fence. So those are the 2 outfielders for this power play currently in, and that one is played across the line. No interest in the shout from umpire Parvez. Come through for a bye, leg bye. These 2 teams played against each other before in the qualifying phases for the playoffs of Division 3, as they both won their slightly slow ball there, but telegraphed somewhat, hit straight to mid-on and has come through for single. Yeah, the structure of the Division 3 this year, with the expanding number of teams that we have playing in the Finnish National League. We have 18 teams playing in Division 3, so 2 groups of 9. Whereas the Premier League Division 1 and Division 2 are all played as divisions of 8 teams, double round robins in all cases. So these 2 teams actually won both Group A and Group B of Division 3, played off in the first v first original qualifier, which Oulu won and came straight through to the final, and then the Turku Tigers have proceeded to win their other qualifying matches to also make their way through to the final and to be promoted, as I mentioned earlier. And it'll be Ahmed to continue with the 4th over of the power play, with the score on 15 without loss after 3 overs. As they take a single off the first, move it on to 16. He's connected well with that, and with the field set back, there's no question that that one is going to go to the boundary. So the first boundary of the morning, lovely shot. 4 runs straight over mid-on. Vacant mid-on in this particular case. Bowler not quite bowling to his field here, with still third man and backward square leg. The only 2 players outside the inner circle. So got a good connection with that. Just 1 bounce into the boundary fence. So removing the problem of the damp outfield. Plays and misses at that next one ball. However, there's no slip in now. They've taken the slip out. Tries to play that one with a flat bat square of the wicket, but doesn't manage anything else just to edge it. I think he got an edge and an arm on that one. Went not a catch, but in the direction of backward point. And they came through for a single at the end of the day. In again. And this one, quick single turn down. Looks like it was the facing batter Dar that didn't want to go for that one. Not quite sure Babu was ready either, to be honest. He's not got his gloves on. Seemed to be a little bit slow to turn around. Come back. Managed to make his ground though. So Ahmed continues. It's a fuller one. Ooh. Just about to say a chance, but number 99 skipper Farid Ahmad decided not to put his body on the line there and go for the flying diving catch. So they'll come through for a single. That's 22 without loss at the end of the 4th. So Rumi Hossan it is, number 13, who will continue. And that one gets pumped out to covers and, yep, does go for a boundary. I'm just about to say whether it would make it or not, but it did. Nicely hit by Dar. Shakir Dar, name. Middle that one well. Which you need to this morning is full-size international boundary distances here at the Kerava National Cricket Ground. So with the damp outfield from overnight rain, it'll take a decent hit to get a boundary today. That's a good shot. And this one just hit along the ground to mid-off, an easy single. Just putting a nice little partnership together here. Probably would have wanted to go to slightly better rate than 6s, but the loss of no wickets will be positive for the Oulu batters. So Hassan continues, and this one down the leg side, yep, another wide. Thought it would be. No leniency, as the same as in international T20 cricket as well, on leg side deliveries. Anything basically that goes past the batter on the leg side is going to be signalled a wide. Continues, that was dabbed down nicely to third man. to the fielder in the deep, so they're just a single there. Another easy single, no risks really need to be taken at the moment here by Oulu, playing the ball around nicely, putting the odd bad ball away. It's a good start for their innings. Brings number 10, Shakir Dar, back onto strike. That's a slow ball again, which, as I think I said earlier, is telegraphed to everybody here in the commentary box at least. So I'm pretty sure the batters are getting used to it as well, and they come through for an easy 2. Bowler slowing up in his run, as well as a few other things there, giving away the secret of his slower delivery. He'll have to work on that one a little bit more, I think, but Dar seems to take a liking to it. This one short, guided down through the vacant gully area, and the third man fielder will come sweep that and just keep that to 1. So there was a little bit of a breeze earlier, but just looking at the trees and flags at the moment, outside over towards the industrial area here in the centre of Cardiff, there's not really much of a breeze any longer. Yorker length just well dug out there by Babu, and that'll be the end of the 5th with the scores on 32, so 10 off that one. It's a better over for Oulu. Hossan has gone for 23 off his 3. So just looking at the forecast earlier for today, we've, well, it's going to get a bit warmer, not much, but we might be going up to a high of 16, 17 degrees this afternoon. So not too bad cricket weather. Either spoken as a Finn or as an ex-Mancunian, if you ask me, but some of the guys were feeling a little bit of a chill this morning, so we advised them to just warm up a little bit more enthusiastically. Get a bit of a sweat on, that'll be fine. We're going to have a change of bowling. Number 15, we are. Wali Ul Alam, it shall be. To bowl from the residential end, number 15, and he'll be bowling his first over to Dar on 20 off 14 at the moment. Plays that one nicely, but straight at the point fielder. Looking for a run on the throw. The bowler didn't make it back behind the stumps, but there's no single there. So a good shot for no reward. Looked as though we timed that one quite well, but it went straight to the point fielder, who did take a clean take and put the throw back in. So there was no single there, as Alam continues. This one now guided to backward point, and he fumbles and lets them come through for what at the end of the day was then an easy single. If he'd taken it cleanly, it might have been a chance to execute a run out, but he didn't, so there wasn't. And single moves the score along to 33 without loss. Wali Alam to continue. Short and guided again to the same backward point fielder, who fumbles another one, and same result, so come through for another single. I thought for a second there was a chance. It was more aerial than the previous shot, but came down to the right hand of the fielder, and there was no attempt at a catch. So Babu, the more quiet partner of the two, just 9 from 17, while Dar is 21 from 16. Makes the single. I wouldn't say it was a quick run between the wickets. Not sure whether he's pulled something or what, but didn't really look as though he was. Certainly wasn't a Usain Bolt type single, that's for sure. It, made it, however, which is the main thing, and brings Babu back onto strike. This one's over the keeper. Not quite sure whether he got a glove on that one. I don't think so. Not that much pace on it, but top edge. Keeper should have taken that, I think. But they come through for a 2. Something of an extra effort ball for Malam. Just strict regular medium up until that point, but a little bit more in that one, just shorter of a length. Babu didn't quite get in time on the shot. And he doesn't really get in time on that one either. It's gone straight up in the air. And that's taken. Caught it short mid-wicket. So Babu departs with 11 and the score on 37. So it was the end of the 6th, 37 for the loss of 1 wicket. The first wicket this morning of all. Babu for 11. And we have new batter at the crease. Whose name unfortunately doesn't coincide with the team sheet that I have in front of me, so I'll have to do a little bit of studies on that one before I see his shirt number, which I missed unfortunately on the way out. My bad. But I can see Paris on the screen. I don't have a Paris on my sheet, so we'll continue. Number 17. Ahmed it is. That's change ends. So Ahmed taking his 3rd over now from the water tower end. Goes for 2 off the first ball to Dar. I'll come back to you shortly once I get the shirt number of his new batting partner. Anyway, Ahmed to continue. This one guided nicely through the vacant square leg area. And they decide not to come back for a second. So number 70. Left-handed bat, and I have Kavinda Yasiru as the batter's name, but Paris on the screen, so we'll call him Paris for now. Who will be facing his first ball of the morning from Ahmed, who has changed his action now to come right arm around the wicket to him. Just the field being adjusted, and the fielder, making his way around, preferably not behind the bowler's arm. So he goes to wide mid-off to the left-hander, who just dabs that one out and then decides last minute not to go for a single. And fortunately for him, the throw from short extra on the ring was missed the stumps. So the power play's over, 6 overs done, 37 for 1. The fielding changes after the power play. We have to the left-handed batter, we have a third man in front of us here in the commentary box. Fine leg, also out on the boundary, as that one is played through the vacant backward point area, and the third man fielder will come around and stop that one. Doesn't quite send a bullet throw into the keeper, so a few bounces. So they'll take 2, and we have long off just as they adjust the third man fielder to a wider position to the left of the commentary screen, the commentary box here at the Kerava National Cricket Ground. And then just looking whether there are any others out. Doesn't look as though we do. We have just 3 out at the moment. To the new batter, Yaziru, Peris Yaziru. He just dabs that one down and there's no run. So the Tigers here deciding to keep an attacking field with more players in the ring than they need to keep in the ring currently. This one hit to the left of the fielder at short mid-off, but he doesn't manage to stop the ball. And the long off fielder come round to sweep that one, just a single. As the new batter, Peris Yaziru, moves along to 3 from 4, and his senior partner, 25 from 19 darts. That's 43 for 1 at the end of the 7th. 6 off for that one. And it'll be Alam to continue with his second over from the residential end. Coming right arm around the wicket. And that's short. And wide as well. I was just about to say, when he tried to play the shot that it deserved, it was short and should have been pumped for a 6 into the ditch. Missed it, however, and it was wide enough for the umpire to signal it as a wide. Another one to the score. And then the square leg fielder is moved out to the boundary as a result of the previous delivery. This one then is outside, short outside the off stump, and is hit down backward a point where the fielder is on the boundary, just to keep that one to a single. Interesting to see here the Turku Tigers field settings for the left and right hand combination. These two teams both new to the national structure of T20, Cricket Finland T20 this year. So they'll be aware of regulations of over rates and the like. And that one is hit straight back. Lovely shot. That'll be 4. Yep, comes over the boundary rope here just in front of him in the commentary box. Dar just opened his arms there. There wasn't a long off. And he got it. Hit it well enough over fielder number 75, Nirupam Kumarshil, who is then moved by the skipper to the exact spot where that ball went. Long off just on the boundary. This one short outside of the off, and again pumped away, and it's another boundary. That's another great shot. Persisting here with this short and wide bowling strategy, which doesn't seem to be paying off too well at the moment. But got away with it with the first ball of the over, even though it was wide. Should have been hit. And this one short and wide to Dar, who's the set batsman here, and played that one away nicely. The offside to him, to the right-handed batter from the residential end, just a slight downhill slope. So, and again, this time played off the hip nicely. Two fielders out there, and they'll just be the single. So, as I was saying, a slight downhill slope and the offside here at the Caravan National Cricket Ground. So, gives a little bit of assistance. The morning dampness beginning to dry up, but still quite difficult conditions here for the bowler to grip the ball, especially if it keeps getting hit around the field and gathering more moisture. I think there's a few cloths out there, but they need to be working hard on the ball this morning, give the bowlers a better chance. This one played down to the point fielder in the ring. There's no run. Peris Yaziru deciding against it. Well, then perhaps it was his partner Dar that sent him back. But anyway, no run in any case. This one again slightly more expensive over, with one still to come. 11 off it so far. Let's see whether they make any runs off the last ball. Short and wide and nicely played through the offside, straight to the cover sweeper on the boundary, just for one. So that brings us to the end of the 8th with the score on 55 for 1 for 12 runs off that over from Ahmed. Alam, I beg your pardon. Who's now gone for 17 off his 2 overs so far this morning. So let's see whether there'll be another bowling change on here for the next over. The lid is being brought on for the keeper, so I'm assuming we'll see some spin. First over of spin this morning. Two zeros, Tanvir Nawaz. Is the bowler. This one does match with my team sheet, thankfully, so that's good. And looks like a little bit of let's see, not got a view yet of the bowler directly. Is he going to be right arm off, or is no? He's actually changed his mode of delivery to the left-handed batter, so he's going to come around the wicket. Right arm, not sure yet. Is he an offie or a leggy? Let's have a look. Just adjusting the field, which currently offie to the right-hander. Just dabs that one down to vacant mid-wicket area, and he'll come through for an easy single. So we've got the field set back here. We've got now to the right-hander. Let's see if they're going to reset. Fielders with hands in there at the moment, not sure where they're going. So to the right-hander, we have now currently a deep square leg on the boundary, cow corner, mid-on, long on, beg your pardon. Backward point, and he's played on. Oh, just as I was about to say. Dar batting so well so far this morning, and he manages to get a bottom edge on that one onto the stumps, and he departs for 34. A good little knock. So 56 for the loss of 2. 34 for 23 from him, so he's got Got Oulu off to a good start this morning, the opener. And the cameraman perfectly catches the next batter, number 21. Thank you very much for that. Ati Saga, the skipper of Oulu Cricket Club, will come in at 4. Always good to have extra volunteers on the cameras here. We get a better production for you watching, and it's a better production also for the commentator to be able to see more information to provide you. So thanks again to our fantastic cameraman out here this morning. We've got a 4-camera production for you today. So we have 2 static cameras at both ends behind the bowler's arm, and 2 mobile cameras covering all the action around the field. As 2 operated cameras is what I meant. 2 operated cameras within this 4-camera production this morning, so that's great to have. The final match of the season, as Sagar just dabs his first ball down and there's no run. So Navas will continue to him from the residential end, having taken a wicket with his second ball of the morning. Good length, and did he get something on that? The keeper certainly thought so. The umpire not of the same opinion. Dot ball goes into the book. Just bowling a good length here, Navas, just testing the batters. This one swept through the vacant square leg position. I'll just take a single as the deep fielder comes in to sweep on that one. So Sagar off the mark with his 3rd ball of the morning, and that brings left-hander Peris Yaziru back onto strike. So just the 2 singles and a wicket off the first over a spin this morning from Nawaz. Let's see what the left-hander is going to do. Field changes just taking place here as we speak. That's just after I said his ball well, just drops that one short, but gets away with it. The batter just hitting that one straight at the extra cover fielder on the ring, so that's no run, and the end of the 9th. So 57, only 2 off that one. 57 for 2 at the end of 9 overs. So currently going on around about the same rate as they were a few overs ago, just over 6 1/3, 6.33. Which currently Cricket Clubs has as a projected score of 127. So I'd say it seems at the back end of the season, and for the lower division teams when they play down here at Kerava, 127 is around about par. Premier League matches and internationals played down here, we see often scores above 150, 160, but teams that don't play here that often. As we have another bowling change. Farid Ahmad, the skipper it is, the ball from the residential end. And that's given. Big appeal. A leg before, and the finger is raised, so the skipper Sagar will have to go with the score on 57. 69. Taranga Vijetilake, it will be, who is in at 5. Next batter for Oulu. Also down marked as the wicketkeeper. So, Peris Yaziru will, the left-hander, will hope that somebody will come in and stay with him here. Will it be Taranga? Let's see. Just tries to nurdle that one round the corner, but it was sufficiently down leg for the umpire to signal a wide. Continuing right arm around to the right-hander. Not quite sure why still, but anyway. It's almost like the strategy is from the bowler to bowl right arm round to the right-hander and hope that he's just going to miss the one that turns back into his pads. And, not this time. I'll come through for a 2. So Taranga Vijetilake off the mark with his first legal delivery. That's a bit of length, just dab straight back down to the fielder at short extra. There's no run. The next ball, same result. This time to short backward point. Again, no run. So to the right-hander, we have long off. Out, we have a point fielder, just 3/4, and deep square leg and cow corner. And that one is just hit straight at the deep square leg fielder, and they'll come through for single. Rolling the ball back in along the ground, thank you very much, said the bowler. Whoever that fielder was out there. Let's collect some more moisture onto the ball. Not. Anyway, 61 for 3 at the end of the 10th, halfway stage. Ahmed 4 for 1 of his first over. So the projected score just takes a bit of a hit from that over. It's back down to 122 now, as I was saying earlier. Generally speaking, somewhere in the 120s, around about a decent and defendable score for the lower division teams. They'll probably want to be pushing towards 130 if they can. As we'll see Nawaz to continue from the water tower end. There's no run. Just dabs that one down without any intention to take a single by the looks of it. And this one swept around the corner. There's a man out at a wide. I was going to say either wide fine leg, or then you could call it a deep backward square. He's just being moved now for the left-hander. And they come through for a 1, so Vijetilake moves along to 4 from 6. And Peris Yaziru back on strike, the left-hander. And to him we have deep square out. We have a deep backward square, and he plays that one nicely. Classic little cover shot through to the cover sweeper. There's 2/3 of the way out, so there's only a single. Nice shot though. Technically, cosmetically speaking. Pass back over to the right-hander, who plans to play a similar shot that he did off the previous ball that he'd faced. Backward of square, but he misses it, and it's down the leg side and signalled as a wide. Quite clearly was one. No question there. That's a better length. It's just dabbed down and there. Yeah, sharp enough for the quick single. That's good running. Good call from Paris to come through for a single. Paris, as you see him on screen, Yaziro, as I have here on the team sheet. Anyway, same left-hander. Back right arm around. And again, similar shot that he played the previous ball that he faced. Again, straight out to the cover sweeper. Another single. Nicely playing this around here at the moment, just consolidating. He moves on to 8 from 11. Commentator's curse on him here, but looks as though he's set himself nicely for a longer knock, which is good to see. And that's a good shot again by Titilake, but he keeps picking out the fielder at backward square, and it's just the one. Right hand off, he keeps bowling leg stick and keeps getting hit to the same place, so maybe he wants to change his lines, but anyway, what do I know? 67 for 3 at the end of the 11th. So just 6 off that one. And the run rate just coming back down towards 6. We were at 6.3 at one point. So projected score again, well, yeah, still says about the same, 122. Cricket clubs at the moment. This current partnership, 10 from the same number of balls. And it'll be Farid Ahmad to continue from the residential end, and he picks that one up nicely. There's a man out there on cow corner, and they'll come back for an easy 2. This time hit along the ground to vacant mid-wicket area, but not hit with any meaningful power, just a single. Continuing with that right arm around offie line, which I still don't quite understand. But 3 off the first 2. The batter changes now to the left-handed Yaziro Paris. Let's see what he's going to do with this one. Put nicely in the slot, and he does have the commentator's curse. He hits that one straight at the extra cover fielder, and he departs with the score on 70. So 4th wicket down. Apologies to him for saying he's looking though he was setting himself for a longer innings. Anyway, 8 from 12, he departs. So it's a critical phase here for Oulu. They just lost 3 wickets in the last 3 or 4 overs. Just a little bit loose, that shot there. He could have played that one along the ground. Number 12 it is. That'll be the next batter in. Thank you again, cameraman. Chamika Karunaratne. It shall be that joins keeper Taranga Vichetilake at the wicket. So Ahmad 7 for 2 off 9 balls so far this morning. Is this going to be the critical spell of the innings to restrict the Oulu batters. Need to put another partnership together here to Oulu if they're going to push the score to a 120 plus. It's another right-handed batter. So the two right-handers now. The bowler, however, looks like continuing with his right arm around the wicket. Deliveries, and this one squirted out through vacant point area, and then just come through for a single. So he gets off the mark first ball. Karunaratne. And this one hit well, but hit well straight at the square leg deep fielder, and they'll just take a single. Moves Vijay Talake along to 10 from 11. This one now played out through a vacant point area, and there's a man out there, so again it'll just be a single. Karunaratne, nicely played. That brings us to the end of the 12th. 73 for the loss of 4 wickets. So just keeping the run rate above 6. Coffee in the clubhouse, I'm dutifully advised, so anybody wishing to come down to catch this last game of the outdoor season here today at the Kerava National Cricket Ground, please do join us. Coffee and biscuits available on the terrace. There we go. We'll have music in the innings break as well, so all going on here this morning. I was going to say at the Gabba, not quite the Gabba, but National Cricket Ground of Finland. Now as it is to continue from the residential end, and that's just dabbed straight back to him for no run. National team boys sending me messages here. You come down and have a net after this game is finished. In practice for the European 10-10 Championships in Malaga in October. Finland will be travelling there October the 8th for the Group C matches. What looks like being a lovely afternoon, so the nets are free this afternoon, boys. Hint, hint. That's nicely played around the corner. Now there's a man out there, deep square, so it'll just be a single. Just out of my viewing area here, unless I lean over and look around the corner, which I did. So the man is, yeah, he's almost on the rope. Backward of square leg. We've got a mid-wicket right out on the boundary, not quite cow corner. Long on and wide, long off, and a, oh, that beats him, he misses that completely. Keeper doesn't gather though, and it's a bye. They'll come through for the one. What else would Finnish national team players be doing on a Sunday afternoon other than coming down here for a net? There we go. With coffee on the terrace as well. It doesn't get any better than this, fellas. Anyway, back to our global viewership. We have Nawaz will continue bowling nicely here, just keeping those runs under control. Oulu batter's not getting away. Another one straight through to the keeper. Batter doesn't get anything on that. Just the one left in the over. There's only a single and a bye so far off this one. So the 13th, where Oulu need to start looking to push the score along. They're being squeezed here by the two spinners. Just as I say that, puts one in the arc, and the fielder doesn't manage to take the catch. And that'll be a boundary 4. So much for the squeeze. The usual commentators curse in either direction. I better not say anything. 79 for 4, the end of the 13th, so 6 off that one, thanks to the boundary 4 at the last ball of the over. And I suspect that it will be continuation from the residential end. The same bowler, 99, skipper Farid Ahmad. And he continues right arm round to the right-handed batter. We've now got a long off right in front of the commentary box. This one is played by Vijay Tilake out to the deep square fielder, and that's just a single. So, assuming no changes to the field, as we have 2 right-handed batters, we have Limon on the shirt, but Mafia Rahman on the sheet. Is it long off right in front of me in the commentary box? And it's hit straight towards him. Is he going to take that one? He should. Oh, but he doesn't. He manages to put it down, right down his throat, and doesn't take the catch. This gives a chance to the Oulu batter there. Literally just as I was describing the positions of the fielders, a hit straight at number 2, who, as I was saying, has Limon as the name on the shirt, but Mafia Rahman the name on the team sheet. This one again hit well and hit strongly enough, and it certainly does. It's the first 6 of the day. Picked up well, lovely shot into the grass, straight over the boundary fence. Excellent shot from Karunaratne, picked up nicely. As I was saying, right arm around offies to the right-hander. Not quite sure what else is to expect than shots like that, unless he's going to really push it wide outside off. He didn't, and the result was the long grass for the first 6 of the innings. So Karunaratne, is he going to be the man here to take this Oulu score away past 100? Let's see. This time he gets it outside off. Ooh, almost had the Armitage commentary curse on there. With a better point fielder, that would have been taken through his hands. So another chance goes begging. 2 chances in this over then so far. So pushing along here, taking a bit more risk. It's good. Good to see. Moves the score along to 89 for 4. So they've got 10 off these first 4 balls, which is what the Oulu batters will be looking for. This one again just in the arc and gets pumped away. And the should come back for a second. It's between the 2 fielders out on the deep long on and mid wicket boundary. There's no question that there was a second there. They only just make it. Fitness training perhaps in the winter for these chaps for the 2nd division next year. Should have been pushing a 3 rather than just looking to scrape a 2 there, that one, I have to say. But anyway, moving on. 91 for 4. So 12 off this first 5 deliveries, the last ball of the over. And this one is short. Ooh, doesn't manage to get hold of that. Should have been given the welly. Looked to play it over square leg, but didn't manage to do so. Just chipped it back over the bowler. So at the end of the 14th, that's 92. The score has moved along to 13 off it. So Ahmad 23 for 2 now off his 3 overs. Let's see, we're going to have a bowling change now for the 15th, or will it be by the stature of the bowler? I think it's a bowling change, but I'm not totally sure yet. Let's see if we can catch a shirt number. Is it still the same bowler? Yeah, it is actually. What do I know? Nawaz. 0-0 double agent Tanvir Nawaz it is to continue from the water tower end, the Kerava water tower end, which looks like it's got a golf ball on top of it. We've suggested to the Kerala authorities we might put a cricket ball on top of the water tower, but anyway, that's a development for the future perhaps. One of our camera operators maybe would pick up the Kerala water tower at a suitable moment in between overs perhaps. As it is, now as it is to continue, dot ball, first ball of the over. This one just a bit short and it gets, there's a attempted pull, didn't really get it square, it went squirted out to the vacant mid-on area, so the long-on fielder comes round and sweeps that one just to keep this was single. Bringing Karunaratne back on strike, and no, the bowler doesn't get around to take it, and they'll try and come back for a second, which they do. Tough chance, you have to say, but bowler doing all the work there to try and get underneath it, didn't quite manage it. So we'll put that one down as another chance. Tough one, but still. Karunaratne continues. Chamika on the shirt, and that one is just dabbed. Oh, they are, they're not. Oops. Oh. Late call for the to go back, and he wasn't going back at any speed. Vijatilaki lucky there that the throw didn't have a direct hit. He would have been gone, as it was. Well, the ball wasn't gathered as an overthrow. So it's all happening again here. Vijatilaki getting away with one there. And he'll be now on strike, having taken the single on the overthrow from the non-strikers. So 4 off the first 4 balls of the 15th, and there we go. He misses that one, and the Zing stumps are splattered. So 96. The loss of the 5th wicket. (15 from 18 for Taranga Vijatilaki. And the 2nd wicket for Nawaz. So 17 for 2 for him, with 1 ball left to go in the 15th, which will be his 3rd over. And number 29, super camera work again this morning, Sudhir Vishwakarma. There we go, new batter. To join Karunaratne at the wicket. So, nicely poised here for the last 5 overs. Projected score just creeping up towards 130, 129 currently, with the run rate just going up to 6.47 as a result of the previous over. This one has kept it tighter though. We've got another lefty batter, and that one is just played straight back to the short extra cover fielder. There's no run, so the end of the over. 96 for the loss of 5. There's only 4 runs off that one. Nawaz has bowled out, so 2 for 17 from his 4. There's a good holding spell there in the middle of the innings. So we'll be forced to have a bowling change at that end. I think Ahmad has still got 1 left, yep, so he's going to take the 16th from the residential end here at Kerala. This one is hit well. Just 2 bounces out to the deep mid-wicket sweeper, so there'll just be a single to Karunaratne. He's moved on to 20 from 13. Umpire's had a slip. Hope he's all right. The keeper there giving him a hand up. Ouch, looks painful. Not sure whether it's like a knee. I don't think Parvez got a hit, but anyway, Parvez is up. Square leg umpire is okay, and we'll continue. So score 97 for 5. And that one is hit nicely, but they have a fielder out at long off, so it'll just be a single, I think. Yep, they're not going to come back for another one. Vishwakarma. Sudhir Vishwakarma it is that gets himself off the mark with his second ball. As the sprightly figure of Nuwan runs past the commentary box. Team manager for the day for Oulu. Going to manage something in the scorer's box. Forward. Ahmad to continue, and there's no run. That's just dubbed down to the short extra cover fielder. Karunaratne decides not to go for one there. So 3 balls remaining in the 16th. Still right arm around. Ooh, and that one. Umpire Parvez will thank the keeper for smashing the stumps, having to come in and set them up again, check everything's okay. Batter's in the crease and the stumps are fine, which is good. As Ahmad will continue to Karunaratne. Trying to give a bit more flight on that one, but down the leg side, there's no question about that one being a wide. Umpire Babashir Gurung, the other umpire partner to Parvez Gill today, signaling that one. And this one is now pumped out straight to... Oh, but he's dropped it. I was just about to say straight into the hands of the deep mid-wicket fielder, which it was. And then it just squirted out as the fielder then fell over in the dive. Probably a greasy ball there, the reason for not being able to keep hold of that one. So another chance goes begging. That's what, 3 I think so far we've seen in this innings. Left-hander field changes in place, and that one is just hit backward of square, and there's a man out there just to stop the single. One bounce into the keeper. That's the end of the over. 101 for 5 at the end of the 16th, so 5 runs off that one, and Ahmad has finished his spell, so 2 for 28 from him. So we'll have a double bowling change now for the 17th and 18th overs. In any case, the 2 spinners finished their 8 overs. They did a good job there, not letting the Oulu batters get away in the 8 overs post power play. So 101 for 5 from 16, so 6.3 currently the run rate, and that means we've got a projected score of 126. I'm still staying around about that mid 120s with 4 to go. So can the Oulu batters then get hold of a few boundaries now in the last few overs? So I'm going to see Alam, number 15, to bowl his medium from the water tower end to the left-handed Vishwakarma, who hits that one nicely over the inner circle cover fielders, turning blind. Karunaratne comes back for a second. Wasn't looking where the ball had gone though, so reliant on the call. And they come back for a 2, an easy 2 in the end of the day. There's a bit of a fumble out in the outfield. This one hit with a better direction, and that'll go for 4. So Vishwakarma searching for the boundary, and he finds it. Nice shot. Continues right arm around that one. And umpire Parves decides it wasn't a wide, just signals 1 for the over. Alam gets away with 1 there. And, Vishwakarma then to face again. Whoa, won't get away with that one. That one has gone way over the batter's head. And umpire Parves, I think he signalled a no ball. That one obviously slipped out of the bowler's hand, but I think the ball was delivered sufficiently that it should be a no ball, as it went way over the batter's head. Yep, and it's a free hit signal for the next delivery from Parves, the umpire here at the water tower end. So a free hit, can he make the most of it here, the batter? And he certainly tries to. Has he got enough on that one? He didn't get enough on it, but the fielder stopping the boundary just keeps that free hit to a single, which brings Karunaratne back onto strike. Left-right combination again here, having the umpires run around as well as the fielders in. That one is played nicely. Karunaratne through the cover area, and there's a sweeper out there, but an okay arm, I'd say. There's no question about there being 2. Easy came back for the second, as we have another airliner above us this morning. 15 from 12 for these 2. If this partnership can stay together and push the score along at this rate, then they'll be looking at a 130 plus score. Oh, has that gone straight down the throat of the fielder? It has. What do I know about building partnerships? Every time I say there is one, then there's another wicket. So apologies again to the batter. On the good old Nelson as well. 1-1-1 for the 6th wicket. And it's Karunaratne to go at 23 from 18. So a good little knock from him. New batter, 32, Chandu Jayawardena. I can say Jayawardena just like Mahila Jayawardena, one of my favourite Sri Lanka batters of all time. And it was the end of the 17th as well where that wicket fell. So 1-1-1 for the loss of 6, so 10 off it, but a wicket as well off the 17th. So Chandu Jayawardena it is, who's in at 8, joining Sudhir Vishwakarma, who's currently 9 from 8 balls. And the bowling change at the residential end to bowl the 18th will be number 17, Raju Ahmed, who's bowled 3, so this will be his 4th at the 18th, so there'll be another bowling change at this end for the last over in any case. And the left-handed Vishwakarma it is who will face him, right arm medium around the wicket, full, and that's hit. And they should come back for a second, and they do. Is he going to make it? Oh, he wouldn't have made it if the bowler had managed to have a clean take. He didn't. And the batter made it home. A bit of hesitation there in the running. If there was any question that there would have been a second there, the easy second if they'd have just gone for it straight away, but hesitation was the name of the game. And he lives to fight another day. In and this time there's no dive from the fielder at mid-wicket to the left-hand bat. Could have been a chance there if he was a little bit more agile. They'll come through for the third run. I think they managed to get squeezed 3 out of that one somehow. Or was it 2? In any case, Ahmed to continue, and that's just guided to the right hand of the backward point fielder. There's just a single. So Jayawardene, I beg your pardon, Vishwakarma, that is, that's on strike. He has a wild swipe at that one, but doesn't get anything on it. It's through to the keeper. And not wide enough to be signalled a wide. So, dot ball. Vishwakarma, 14 from 11 so far. Is he going to be the man to stay around for the final 2 and a bit overs, push this score along for Oulu? Ahmed was to continue in the slot, played nicely out through the cover area, and there's a fielder out there, sweeper again. I know there's only a decent arm and not a bullet arm, so there's no question about coming back for a second. Easy 2. Good running here. There's already 8 off the first 5, so probably looking to see if he can squeeze a boundary here for the last ball of the 18th. And hit past the cover fielder again into the outfield. Not dissimilar shot to the previous ball, and the same result. An easy 2 brings to the end of the 18th. The score on 121 for 6, so a straight 10 from that over. More fitness work on the cards for these Oulu batters in the winter, by the looks of it. Blowing here to some degree, having run a couple of 2s. See if they can run a few more than next season in the second division. So, let's see who's going to take the 19th. It looks like it's going to be Alam, who has 1 left. Yep, that's right. He's bowled 3 so far, 27 for 2 his figures. And Jayawardene, left-hander, so we've got 2 lefties at the wicket currently. Short and plays and misses at that one. Should have been a cut shot. It wasn't. So Jayawardene is facing. That's a nice shot along the ground through vacant cover on the ring, and they'll take 1. Turku Tigers skipper with a field set for the 2 lefties at the moment. We've got a long off, wide long on. We have a deep square leg on the boundary and a fine leg and a cover sweeper. Short and played out towards the mid-wicket. The square leg fielder will come round. Won't get anywhere near it though to catch it, so it's an easy 2. as the projected score just moves along above 130, 134 current projected, so they're just going to bring up fine leg fielder, put another man out deep on the leg side, and that one is left alone. Umpire Parves doesn't give the batter any signal other than a dot ball, just checks with his partner Babashir for the remaining 2 balls in the over, which is correct. Vishwakarma, it is to continue, and he's hit this one well, hit it straight, but he's not got enough on it. It'll just be, there's a fumble in the field, so they come back for a 2. I was just about to say a single if he'd taken a clean take, but he didn't. He fell over and fumbled the ball somewhat. So 126 for 6 with 1 ball left in the 19th. Vishwakarma moved on to 22 from 16. Doesn't get anything on this one. Straight through to the keeper, and that'll be the end of the 19th. It's only 5 off the 19th. They'll be a bit disappointed there, Oulu, for not getting more. So 1 over to go. And who's going to bowl it? Let's have a look. Shahadat Hossain, the vice captain, I think, by the looks of it. Oh yeah, the one that we have down on the screen is Rumi, but Shahadat Hossain is the name on the team sheet. So Rumi Shahadat Hossain. To take the last. He's gone for 23 from his first 3 overs, so he's going to come right arm around to Jayawardena, who hits that one nicely through the covers, and there is a fielder out there. They should come back for a 2 easy enough. They do. Bit of a bobble throw, but batters are thinking about perhaps taking the 3rd, but there wasn't a 3rd on. So 2 off the first ball of the final over to Jayawardena, who's 4 from 4. Senior partner Vishwakarma, 22 from 17. There's no batter on that one. Just batter, they're losing his balance. Better just to guide it and get down the other end, I think. As it is, a play and a miss. So that's a win for the Tigers in the last over. Dot ball. Let's see if he changes his tactic here. The batter. He doesn't. Plays around it, and he's cleaned up. So Jayawardena departs. The score on 128. 4 from 6. Not managing a little innings that looked like his namesake Mahela Jayawardena at the end of the innings, unfortunately for him. So he departs, and the next batter in for Oulu, we shall tell you shortly, as soon as we get a view of the shirt. And to my left, you can see the batter coming in. Vinay Shekhar, I think, number 37. To join his partner Vishwakarma at the wicket, who's on 22 from 17. So just trying to get himself down the other end, I think, is his master plan for the last 3 balls of the final over of the first innings for Oulu. See if he can get Vishwakarma back on strike and perhaps grab a couple of boundaries just to take the score into the mid 130s. That will be the Oulu plan. The Turu Tigers plan will be ball full and keep him down there. new batter on strike, Shekhar. Shahadat Rumi Hossain, vice captain of the Turku Tigers, to continue. And he bowls that one full. Batter just managed to squeeze one past him, and he's going to come back for a second. Yep, decides not to take the strike, does Vishwakarma. So 2 from the 4th, 2 balls remaining, 130 for the loss of 7 wickets is the score currently. So whatever happens here in the last 2 balls of the over, we've got a competitive score at least for Oulu. Turku Tigers to chase in the second innings. It's in. He doesn't really time that when it comes down, just back over the bowler's head, but with all the fielders back out on the boundary, that chip into the vacant mid-off region inside the inner circle, probably a good idea at the end of the day, as they come back for an easy 2, move the score along to 132. So Vishwakarma is not going to get any more of the strike, unless we see a no ball. Yeah, Shekhar it is to face the last one, and he hits that along the ground to a mid-off fielder, and there's just a single. Batter's trying to come back for a second, and there isn't one. The run out is completed at the bowler's end, and the innings is brought to a close with the score then, with that needless run out, 133, I think, for the loss of 8 wickets. So 134 will be the target for Turku Tigers at a run rate required of 6.7 to chase and win the National League Division 3 final. We'll take a break between innings. Please do join us again in 10 or 15 minutes or so, just as we look on the Turku Tigers bowling card. Twenty overs, 6.65 run rate, with 10 extras, 133 for 8. The score at the end of the innings, as I was saying earlier in the day, probably just around, or maybe slightly above par scores for this time of the year for lower division matches. So an interesting second innings. Do join us for the resumption of the final innings of the season. Welcome again, and thank you for following us so far. So here we go. The second and final innings of Cricket Finland's National Championship matches here at the Kerava National Cricket Ground, and the state of play is such that Turku Tigers, having lost the toss, are batting second, chasing a score of 1-3-4 to take the Division 3 Championship trophy home to Turku, which the Oulu bowlers will be trying to avoid. So we have Corey Smith, number 22, to start from the residential end. Nice ball as well. Like the looks of that. And it's Nippon and Hossein, the opening batters for the Turku Tigers this morning. Another play and a miss. Signal is wide. Umpire Gurung. Oops. Smith falls over in his bowling stride. Looks as though he's in pain. Took a bit of a awkward looking fall just in the delivery stride. Hope he's all right. He's limping. Show whether his ankle by the looks of it. Let's see whether he's going to be all right to continue. It looks as though he was just slipping in the crease as they completed his delivery stride. I'm not sure whether he twisted his ankle or did it just slip from underneath him. Continues now. Straight through to the keeper. Swing and a miss. That's another dot. Seems to be a little bit careful, if we say that way, in his delivery. He still looks as though he's limping. Whether he's going to be able to continue properly here or not. He tries in any case. Nothing worse for a bowler, tall bowler in this case, Smith, to just looking at the replay with his back leg, that he slipped on just as he was putting his weight on it. An awkward looking fall. Let's hope he's okay. Managed to bowl 3 balls. Looks a little bit gingerly as he's bowled that one. Yeah, it's the landing foot. I think that was the problem. Not sure what type of shoes he's got on from here, but the surface is greasy. So if those are just regular runners, then he might struggle. It's the pads, and there's no run. Smith managing to bowl out this over, but certainly doesn't look as though he's running in with any assuredness at the moment, having twisted that landing leg, the second ball of the over. There's a bit of hesitation there, just stay with one. Thinking about coming back for a second, but decide against it. So the end of the first, the score on 3. Smith managing to complete the over. So the second over from the water tower end will be bowled. Let's see. Is it going to be number 73 or is it not? There's a little bit of discussion going on, but I think yeah, it will be 70. At least I thought it looked like 73. Maybe it wasn't. '23. There we go. Susala, Pranit Susala. And Hossain, it is, who will be on strike. Number 18, and that was just played back to the bowler number 18 on my team list is Mohammed Al Amin, so not sure whether we have a name issue with the shirt or a shirt issue with the name on the team list, but anyway, I'll come back to you on that one. At the non-strikers, number 36, Arshid Nippon in any case. Susala continues. Left arm over, and that one is hit well over the circle, and they will come back for a second. Easy 2, really. There was always 2 on there, not quite sure why they were hesitating. Field out for the left arm seamer currently in the power play is the third man to the right-handed bat, and no, he's the only fielder out, so they've only got 1 fielder out. They could have 2. Nobody at the bowler's end behind the stumps, so it'll go through. Or an easy single. Lots of appealing going on. No interest from the umpire. Excuse me. Keeper doesn't manage to gather that one, and they'll come through 4. By was, I don't know, there was something on it. A single. Susarla down on the bowlers, down on the sheet as a number 23, but looks like a 7 to me, so it's either a 13 or a 73. 73, I'm pretty sure it should be. I'll correct that one on the tab. Left arm over continues. That one is hit well to the mid-wicket field, but there's a bit of a fumble, and there's a single. Shouldn't be a single
for shots like that, really, on the inner circle. The fielder wasn't really backing up, not looking to cut off the single, and sure enough he didn't, and that's 8 without loss at the end of the second. So 126 the requirement off 18 overs at an exact required run rate of 7. Smith's landing leg appears then to have recovered from the previous over fall that he had, so he'll take his second over now from the residential end. That one's right up in the air. There's a man underneath it. Simple catch taken at mid-on, so the first wicket falls to Smith with the score on 8, and it's Hossain that departs, having made 5. So just about to say that at the end of the second, the Oulu innings was at 7, so 1 run ahead. However, didn't lose a wicket until the last over of the power play on 37. So Smith picks up his first as manager Nuan applies the magic spray, and it'll be number 00, Tanvir Nawaz, who will join his partner Nippon. Nawaz on strike with the score on 8, remains on 8, having taken the first ball wicket in the third over. Smith continue. Let's just dab down to what is probably a deep gully backward point just on the ring, so take an easy single. Shouldn't be a single really, just all set back on the ring. None of the guys really attacking the ball as it leaves the bowler's hand, so each time the batter is basically playing it either side of them, they're always going to take a run. Extra cover is just shorter. Smith bowls down the leg side, there's a wide. So Oulu number 11 at extra cover is the tighter of all of the fielders currently with that Oulu have in the ring. That one is just straight back to the bowler. Smith gathers. Number 10 in the ring, beg your pardon, not 11. Shakir Dar it is, it's that short extra. Smith continues in the runs declined. Corey Smith, just looking at the figures this season, 14 matches, 11 wickets for Oulu in their first season of Division 3. today so far. But that's down the leg side, and a rank long hop delivery for a wide signal by the umpire. No question there. I have to think about that one for very long. Babashir Gurung at the residential end. One of the umpire panel umpires that we have here at Cricket Finland that do the majority of the volume throughout the season, and a fantastic job they do as well. Smith to continue. And that one is just played backward of points to the third man fielder there out on the boundary. Just looks as though he's not quite sure of his footing after falling in the first over. Doesn't quite seem to be coming flowing as well through the follow-through. Understandably so, not having played all that much cricket here at the Kerava National Ground as a Division 3 side. Oulu have had a lot of travelling to do. Hats off to them this season for doing it. He's in, and has he got enough on that one? You don't think he has. No, straight to mid-off. The bowler's gone over again in his follow-through, but he takes another wicket. And it's Nawaz who departs with the score on 12. So a second wicket for Smith, but another fall. Struggling with his footholds. And a second wicket down, so whether he'll get some of the magic spray on it or what. But, certainly seems to be struggling in the delivery stride with his landing foot. I think that's the problem. But anyway, regardless of the problem, Karunaratne is that takes the catch at mid-off. Nawaz departs, and that sees number 99, skipper Farid Ahmad, to the wicket, probably earlier than he would have hoped. And 12 for 2 at the end of the third. Playing a miss by Nippon. First ball of the fourth. Didn't get anything on that one. So the run rate required here just creeping up. Loud appeal. Looked to me that it was bat rather than pad, but as yet another airliner goes over our heads and drowns out my thoughts at least. This one is hit well. There's no fielder out here, and that's first boundary four for the Turku Tigers this morning. moving Nippon along to 7 from 12. So just straying on the leg side there, and it's flicked away. No fielder out on the deep mid-wicket, deep square leg boundary. They still only seem to have one man out. I don't know why they've not got a second fielder out. That one is played through the vacant cover area for an easy 2. Only seem to have a deep third man who's currently outside of the ring, and going to have 2 outside of the ring for the power play on this 4th over of 6 in the power play. Not quite sure what the Oulu skipper is thinking here. No field changes, so still just the one fielder out. So Sala to continue from the water tower end. As for the ball, that one almost chipped to the mid-wicket fielder on the ring, but just came down short of him. I'm quite sure why he was having a shy at the stumps. It backed up well enough, so there was no run for the overthrow. So the last ball of the 4th, Susanna left arm over. That's full ball straight to cover fielder number 10, Shakir Dar, and no run. And that's the end of the 4th with the score on 18, so 6 off that over for the loss of 2 wickets. Suzala 11 without wicket from his first 2 overs. At the end of the 4th, Oulu were 22 without loss, so 4 runs the difference at the moment, at the equivalent stage of the innings. Smith's ankle seems to be good enough for him to continue with his 3rd over of the morning, which will be the 5th, second last of the power play. Ahmad on strike, yet to face. And that's fallen in front, and he's given it. Ahmad goes for a golden. Leg before to Smith. So 18 for 3 as he goes. First ball, the skipper, Turku Tigers. Disappointed he is, understandably so, for a golden duck in his last innings of the national season. But Smith's figures now looking a very positive 7 runs for 3 wickets off 2.1. And the new batter, I'll tell you shortly, number 7, Mahtab Uddin. Right-handed bat and the keeper of Turku Tigers. Coming in here with the pressure situation on. Somebody needs to put a partnership together now. It's Nippon at the other end with 9 from 15. Arshid Nippon. So is Uddin the man to stay with him today. Another right-handed batter, so we've got two right-handed bats. Smith is just over halfway through his allotment, seems to have recovered sufficiently well from the fall he had in the first over. Nasty looking fall it was as well, but he seems to be okay. His figures certainly are, that's for sure. 7 for 3, won't complain about that. And Turku Tigers in a sticky position here, 116 required. Run rate still only 7.3, but the 3 wickets in the wicket column will be the one that they're worried about. Can't afford to lose another one here as Smith continues. But continues with a ball down the leg side. Wide is the call. He's been wide and wicket at the moment this morning. Smith, but beg your pardon, this afternoon we're past midday. What do I know? 12:15 here, local time. Smith continues. Full ball, and that's got what it deserved. It was full toss and played well straight out of the middle to the mid-wicket boundary. So off the mark with a 4. Turku Tigers will be happy with that. Another ball down the leg side is a wide. Bowler still not happy with his footholds. But not much can be done. Damp conditions as they are. Just going to have to get on with it. This one comes out again, full toss, and gets the same treatment. Hit over wide mid-wicket area that's not covered by a fielder again out there, and that's another 4. There's still only actually no, I was going to say still only the one fielder out, unless they're going to leave the man out at cow corner after those 2 shots that have been played there. It looks like they are, so it's the second fielder finally gone out for Oulu. Full and straight this time from Smith. Dug out nicely by, it says Jewel on the screen, but hit back at the bowler. Let's see that one again. It was a sharp chance for a caught and bowled, but doesn't manage to take it, Smith. Come in for, and he squirts it down leg side again. So another wide, long over this one. 1, 2, 3 wides in it. Smith to continue. He managed to finish the over. Nope, down the leg side. Another wide. Clearly worried about his footholds. Not much we can do about it. Finishes over with a better ball. That's straight through to the keeper and brings the 5th over to a close with the score on 30 for the loss of 3 wickets. So they picked up some of the gap to the first innings. Oulu's score at the end of the 5 was 32 without loss, so 30 for 3. Just 2 runs behind, but 3 wickets in the wickets column is going to be the problem for the Turku Tigers unless they can put a partnership together here. So, will we see a change of bowling? Is it going to be a continuation for Susala? I think so. 73. Pranit Susala. Continuing from the water tower end. And that one is just guided past the backward point fielder. There's a single, bit of a fumble there by the keeper, but I won't come back for a second, just the one. To Nippon it is, who moves on to 10 from 16. Mohtab Odin I have down as number 7 on the shirt. We have a Jewel on your screen, but anyway, we'll go with that. He plays this one out just to short extra cover, and there's no run. Playing a miss. Keeper then flicks that one back in, trying to catch the batter out of his crease. He wasn't. The bails came off, but no question there for umpire Gurung to have any decision to make other than not out. Susala, oops, just losing his run up. A dead ball call from Parvez, the umpire. Another play and a miss. Last ball, which brings 3 dots. 3 consecutive dots in the 6th, and as usual, we see 3 consecutive dots. Pressure back on the batter. Needs to get down the other end, and they do something rash. Try and get himself. And he doesn't. He plays that one Straight to the cover fielder, who throws down the stumps, which zing nicely, but with the batter well and truly in his ground. Preference would have been into the keeper's gloves, but anyway, umpire readjusts the stumps. Mahtab Odin Jewel will continue. That's 4 dots now that he's played. So the last ball of the power play here from Suzala. They've done well to keep the runs down in this over, Turku, but he bowls that one down the leg side and wide, quite rightly signalled by umpire Parvez. So to break the series of dots there with a ranked wide ball, unfortunately for Sazala, but he's only gone for 13 so far, so he'll be happy with those figures in terms of runs conceded. Last one, it's a straighter, and umpire Parvez raises the finger, so Jewel will have to go with the score on 32. The last ball of the power play, the 4th wicket goes down, so Oulu are in the driving seat here. Just the 2 runs and the wicket off the 6th and final over from the power play. So somebody needs to come in and get a partnership together here for Turku, otherwise they're going to be staring at a defeat. Power play equivalent, Oulu also lost a wicket in the 6th over, so they were 37 for the loss of 1 wicket, 32 for the loss of 4. The Turku score. With Smith struggling with his run-ups, but having taken 4 wicket in the power play, I suspect Oulu might make a bowling change here. Well, the 7th over from the residential end. Just taking another look at that LBW of the last ball of the 6th. Certainly looked as though it was straight. Didn't think it pitched outside the leg, so a good shot, I think, from umpire Parvaz. And it is number 29, Visha Wakarma, who will bowl from the residential end. Right arm medium. Oops. What was that, left arm? Looked like he was going to be bowling right arm. It was flipped a ball over, then into his left hand, so left arm round. Another loud appeal from the bowler and the Oulu fielders. Umpire Gurung not interested. And go down in the book as a dot. Nippon remains 10 from 17. Going down leg. We've got the 12th man assistance with the water and spray by the looks of it. Not quite sure what issue there is with Rashid Nippon, but anyway, he's ready to continue. Vishawakarma ready to bowl at him as well, so we're good to go. Left arm over. Nice little medium lefties left alone there and taken one on the body. The batter, quite sure what he was thinking there. Whatever he was thinking, in any case, he was a bit late on it and just let it hit him. It was going over, of course, there was no issue in terms of leg before, but Ishwakarma just a little skiddy, left arm over. This one is hit. I was just about to say straight at the fielder, which it was, but he manages to run past it and they'll come through for a single. Change the strike. Bring Nippon back onto strike at the water tower end. The score moves along to 34 for the loss of 4 wickets with that misfield. And Rumi Shahadat Hossain, the vice captain, will face for the first time this afternoon, beg your pardon, in plays and misses again. Straight through to the keeper, Vijatilake. In the khaki sun hat, not sure why he doesn't have a club cap on, but anyway, tell us that later perhaps. And Vishwakarma bowling nicely here. It's just dabbed down into the leg side and there's a fielder there, no run. So just 2 runs off this over so far. The Turku Tigers run rate not getting above 5, and that means that the required run rate is creeping the other direction, just above 7.5. This one is played to the fielder on the ring and there's no run. Hesitation between the batters. We're not going to take a single then after that. But, 34 for 4 at the end of the 7th. 43 for 1 was the Oulu score at the equivalent time in their innings. So still staying ahead of the Turku Tiger batters at this current juncture. Looks like we'll get the 12th man off ASAP. We're going to hang up the game here. I'm quite sure we've got people running on with water bottles already in the on and off 6th and 7th overs. Anyway, umpires will be keeping an eye on that just to make sure that the game isn't delayed at all. So, bowling change from the water tower end. We have Chamika Karunaratne coming on for his first over of the match. Scored a lively 23 in the back end of the Oulu innings, did Karunaratne, so one of the old all-rounders. As the next Finnair jet goes above us in the clouds this morning. We can't see it. Hear it we can. And that one is short. Bouncing over the shoulder of the batter. One for the over. A signal from umpire Parvez. Chamika Karunaratne it is. And he just puts that one in the slot, and it's pumped all the way right over the cameraman, just by the ditch, and that's a 6. Lovely shot from Nippon. It was there, certainly in the slot. It's having had the one for the over first ball, and he knew that he wasn't going to get any short stuff. And Karunaratne obliged, put it right there in the block hole. Well, not in the block hole, in the arc. I beg your pardon. Straight into the ditch. Well picked up. So, is this going to be the moment of momentum shift in the innings here? New bowler. 6. The result to the second ball of this new bowler's first over. Be food for thought here for the Oulu side. If they manage to find the ball, if not, we'll have to have a ball change. The ditch here at Kerava often does swallow a few. The ditch basically taking all the water away off the industrial area behind the sound barrier wall towards the water tower end, so we get a constant flow of water coming off, especially when we've had a lot of rain, so that the water will be up, the water levels will be up higher than normal. So if it's gone in there and they can't see it in the long grass and water, then there'll be a ball change, I think, on the cards. Yep. Umpires don't normally hang around for long. If the ball isn't found, they'll be getting the box of balls out. Can't see that airliner either, but it certainly sounded close by. Almost like it's landing in the car park by the sounds of it. Drowned out my headphones, let's put it that way. I think by the looks of it, they're going to find another one, so they need to get the box of balls out for a ball change here and get the game moving on. So we have the used balls out there for the umpires to view and choose another one. Quite a few to choose from in the pavilion. Looks like they're happy with one, so we shall proceed for a restart. Thank you to the scorer's box. So 40 for 4. The score shall resume at with 4 balls remaining in the 8th, as that one has been dispatched to the gods of cricket balls. Lost somewhere going down towards the river Tuusula, maybe. I'm not quite sure which river it is, but anyway, Karunaratne it is, will continue on his 3rd ball of his first over. That one hit down past the diving fielder at backward point. They'll come, no, they won't come back for a second. I was say decided against it. There was a second there. If they'd have gone quickly enough. Fitness levels again the issue here by the looks of it. There's no question that there was a second run there, having already passed the inner circle fielder and the deep third man and deep point fielders then converging on the ball, but they did only take the one. So Rumi Hossein it is, who's back on strike. That one signalled wide, and the keeper, was it no ball even? Sorry, yeah. Keeper doesn't manage to gather, so there's an extra run as well as a no ball, and that'll be a free hit. Which Nippon will face, and he'll hope that we'll get another delivery similar to the one that he dispatched into the river, into the ditch a few balls ago. Anyway, short of a length through to the keeper, and there's no run. I managed to get away with that one. Karunaratne saving the free hit from the previous no ball delivery without further damage. Fuller length in the slot. Nippon dispatches this one, this time over the cover fielder, straight in, a couple of bounces over the rope for another 4. So Karunaratne varying his length here. First ball was a short ball bouncer, then he went for 6 with a fuller one. He's then had the same treatment as the last 2 balls. Back of a length out through to the keeper, and then the fuller one dispatched for another boundary. This one hit out to the sweeper, single, so Nippon will get himself on strike for the next over, as that brings us to the close of the 8th with the score on 48 for 4. So the best over for Turku Tigers then so far, 14 off that one. Which, as a result, brings the Turku Tiger innings to within 7 runs of Oulu at the same stage. At the end of the 8th over, 55 for the loss of 1 wicket, Oulu were, 48 for 4. The Turku Tigers reply. So, can these 2 batters put a match-winning partnership together here? Number 29. Vishwakarma will continue to bowl his second. He only went for 2 from his first one, so no question, I guess, for the skipper that he'll give him another one. And he's put that one in the arc of Nippon again. There's a man out there is, who raises an arm and takes a great catch. I thought for a second it was going to be over him as he was inside the rope, but manages to take a couple of steps back and take a nice catch at the end of the day. Was that Karunaratne? It was number 12, Chamika, take the catch, and Nippon departs for a very good 23 from 26. Thought he was going to be the man. Looks like my commentary curse is equal to everybody today. Sorry about that. Batter 23 from 26 with the score on 48. The loss of the 5th wicket. Can't help feeling that's a critical wicket there for the Tigers to lose. 42, Shaheen Islam. will join Rumi Shahadat Hossain at the wicket to try and build another partnership now. The run rate required as a result of the previous over just dipping back down towards the sevens, so still not out of it in terms of run rate required yet, but it's going to take an effort here from the lower middle order and the tail for Turku Tigers to get somewhere near this target of 134. And the single off the last moves us along to 49. So Vishawakarma still keeping it tight here. And that one is just edged through vacant gully region. The fielder manages to stop that one, just a single. Bringing Shaheen Islam back on to strike for the 5th ball of the 9th. Hits that one nicely between extra cover and mid-off, and there's an easy single there, just on the ring. And Rumi Hossain it is that faced the last one of the over, and he just bottom edge on that one, squirts out to the point fielder, Corey Smith it is, and gathers that, places the keeper, so that'll bring us to the end of the 9th. 52 for 5, there's 4 off it. And 57 for 2, the equivalent score for Oulu at the end of the 9th. So there's only 5 runs in it at the moment, but the wickets column is the difference. 3 wickets the difference currently. 5 down for Turku, 2 down Oulu were at this equivalent stage. Let's see. .37 I think was the number on the shirt on the next bowler, so it's going to be Vinay Shekhar for his first over of the day. So Turku needing a couple of strong overs here to get back into this chase. The run rate just creeping up to 7.5. Just a little easy. Right arm slow. I'm going to say right arm off. He doesn't look as though he's really giving it much tweak. So perhaps Shekhar could be the one to get after here. Better ball. Through to the keeper. I think on that one. I think the only thing he was going to get it was guide it into the keeper's gloves. But look at that replay shot that he played. There's also a man at a deep gully on the ring. That one played down. No run. Just making a few adjustments to the field. The fine leg fielder being moved finer. And that's played in to the square leg fielder for an easy single. Just the two off it so far. Need to be working this around a little bit more actively. Turku Tigers batters keep that score ticking over. You can't get bogged down now if they're going to get anywhere near this score. But just another dab down into the offside. The short cover fielder coming in to sweep that one. There's no run. Shekar with 3 dots and just 2 singles coming out of this over then so far. Full toss, that's dispatched, but only as far as the fielder deep on the boundary at backward point, so there'll only be a 155 for the loss of 5 at the halfway stage. As Shekar closes his first over for only 3. So 55 for 5, 61 for 3. Oulu lost a wicket in the 10th in their innings, so not that much in it still yet. Only 6 runs at the same stage between the two teams, and a couple of wickets. So as the partnerships were put together successfully by Oulu at the back end of the innings, so it's what Turku are going to have to do. There's something similar. They're going to get too close to the score. The worm showing us just how tight it still is at the moment. 3 wickets down as against 5 wickets down. So can the Turku Tigers consolidate now in the 11th, 12th, 13th overs? As Vishwakarma it is, will take his 3rd and continues, and that's bowled a good length. Straight back at the bowler, there's no run. Same result. Block back to the bowler. There's another dot, so it's 2 dots now. The start of the 3rd over of Vishwakarma. And the run rate required now above 8, so 79 off 9.4 is the requirement. You're going to have to see some acceleration take place in the next few overs. This one is hit area, but it's hit straight down the throat of the mid-off fielder. Right in front of us here, the commentary box, number 70. Kavinda Yasiru it is that takes the catch. So 55 for the loss of 6 wickets, and it's Rumi Hussain who departs from 5 from 12. So the pendulum swinging very much into the favour of Oulu Cricket Club here. 6 down. I haven't seen too many games of the Turku Tigers this season, so I don't know what they've got at the back end of their batting card. From '17, Raju Ahmed, I think it is, who's going to be the new bat. And he'll be with his partner now, Islam, needing to get something done here. Find a way. And that one is just squirted past the diving bowler in his follow through to the fielder at short mid. No run. So Vishwakarma's keeping it tight here, bowling well. This is his third over, and he's only gone for 6, having taken then 2 wickets as well. So this is going to be the critical spell of the innings. Fuller ball and inside edged to backward square, and they've gone through for a single. There was never a question of being a second. The keeper takes it, fumbles it, and takes it eventually. So just the single so far on this over. Vishwakarma keeping it tight. And Islam dabs that one straight to short mid, and there's another dot. Signals the end of the 11th over. Just the single from the over. Not what the doctors ordered here for the Turku batters, but credit to Vishwakarma, bowling tight lines. Only going for 7 so far of his 3. Pressure on now as the on the Turku Tiger batters. They've got 9 overs left to get 78. So creeping up towards 9 and over. 8.67 the run rate required. All to do here. And it'll be Shikhar to continue, having only gone for 3 off his first. Little right arm off his batter's missed that one. Oh, Pavez's signals are wide, however. It was just short and horrible, waiting to be hit. Batter just swung on it and missed. Fuller, straighter length from Shikhar. It's better. Another dot. We've got deep square leg out on the boundary, cow corner, long on, wide long off, and backward point. Has he got enough on that one? I think he has. Yep, all the way. Nice shot as a 6. So what I was just saying earlier, and seeing Shikhar, he's just that nice little lollipop pace. If he puts it anywhere near there, should be able to get rid of him, and he did. There, that's a shot from Ahmed. 6. Just past the rain covers at deep mid wicket. This time he's going to stick that one along the ground too. Wide long off, who comes round to field and just keep that to a single. Bringing Islam on to strike. Let's see what he can do. Just back of a length again, asking to be hit, but turned into mid wicket area for a single past the fielder in the ring. No field changes. The 2 fielders still out here on the deep mid and cow corner. A bit quicker. And that one is guided then, however, past the fielder. That's Corey Smith at backward point. They're past him an easy 2. There's no third man out. And come back for the second. So all of a sudden we've got 67, which is 11 so far off the first 5. The sort of overs that the Turu Tigers are going to need if they're going to get towards this score. 1 ball to come in the 12th. Floated up, almost asking to be hit, but the Turku Tiger batter then restrains himself and just hits it along the ground for a single to close out the over on 68 for 6. So 12 off that one. Shikhar 15 for his 2 overs. So that improves the situation somewhat for the Tigers. Just back to 5 runs down the difference to where Oulu were at the end of the 12th. 73 for 4 is against 68 for 6. So still not over this. These batters can hang around and just knock the ball around and pick up the odd boundary here and there. It's still doable. Just over 8 and over off 8 overs remaining, 66 required. It's now number 70, Yaziru. So a change of bowling for Oulu. Left-handed batter. Looks like right-handed bowler, I think. Looks of it though. Just still making final adjustments to his field. Long off, just coming out in front of the commentary box here on the boundary. Wide long off. He's got a straight long on. This one is hit well. The cover fielder sweeper takes that one nicely. Just a single. Somebody else it is that's going to persist with bowling right arm round to the right-hander. It's dabbed down for another single. And this one is well and truly hit. And is he going to have enough on it? I think he is. He has. And he does. 6. Nice shot, well picked up. There's no breeze here. Didn't quite get 100% hold of it into the netting, but enough. Fielder creeping in, doing the fatal error of long on fielding of coming in too far, and then probably if he'd been on the rope he would have been able to swallow that one, but it went over him. It's just guided past the edge, past the keeper for a single. I don't think, if you look back at the replays on that one, I think fielder definitely made the error of coming in too far. And the ball literally just landed over the rope. This one hit through the offside, past the fielder on the circle, an extra, and they managed to come back for a 2. So another stronger over again for the Tigers here. 1 ball left in the 13th. 79 to 11 off it so far. Nice ball to go. Let's see what happens here. Shorter ball, and that's cross-batted to the vacant mid-off area for a single. So that'll bring the end of the 13th over 80. The score is for 6 wickets down. So 12 off that one again. So scoring-wise, the Tigers actually now move ahead for the first time of the equivalent score. Oulu after 13 was 79 for 4, 80 for 6. Now the Turku Tigers reply. So interesting here to see if they can stay ahead of that for the next few overs. Make it interesting coming into the last 3 or so. Be good to get a bit of a nail biter here to finish the season. And it's going to be 37. Shekhar is given the ball to continue his 3rd over. Islam and Ahmed currently the 2 batters. Islam with 8 from 11, Ahmed 19 from 10. That's short. He's got away with that one, really. Should have been punished. The batter knows it. Just doesn't quite time it on the bottom edge, straight to the fielder just by the square leg umpire. This one dabbed down. There's another dot. As the pendulum swings yet again here today. Shekhar managed to get away with 2 dots. 3rd ball. This one is played. It's Corey Smith out there at wide gully position on the inner circle. Just keep it down to 1. Adjusting his field as we speak. You've got cow corner and well, that's probably more cow corner. I've got a deep mid-wicket cow corner, long on. Again, it's Shekar's going to float one up there and hope that the guy is going to not hit it for 6. Interesting. He manages to restrain himself. The Tigers batter just plays that one along the ground to the long off fielder for a single. I've got wide long off and a backward point, no third man. And this one is hit over the head of the cover fielder in the circle. There will just be 1. They're not going to come back on the arm. Perhaps could have done if they were quick, but settled for the 1. So another single. So 2 dots, 3 singles so far. Shekar's over. Floated one up there again and just played back past the bowler. In business again for the long off fielder. Come round, sweep for just the single to close out the 14th. 84 for 6, so 4 off that one only. Which puts them again back behind the rate given in the 14th. Oulu had a big over, 13 off it. 92 for 4, so 84 for 6 goes 92 for 4. The score at this stage, 50 required off 6. That's 8 and a third runs per over for the Turku Tigers to take this one. It's going to be interesting. Their run rate currently running at 6, so they're well behind, but there'll be another bowling change for Oulu. Looks like the skipper Sagar that's going to come in now to bowl the 15th, number 21. Shuffly run up, and just as I was about to say, shuffly run up, shuffly delivery, and a shuffly delivery that hit the middle stump of Ahmed, who has to go. Looking promising there with 21 from 12, but he departs. Can this be the crucial wicket for Oulu? As ever with these T20 matches, it's all tiny spells of the game that defines victory from defeat. 15 it is, number 15, Wali Alam, the batter in for Turku Tigers. At 9, 10, 11, they're going to have to get the runs here today. Somebody needs to stay with Islam. He was the batter in 42, Shaheen Islam. Sagar with a wicket, the skipper taking a wicket with his first ball of his first over. Straight back to the bowler, no run. We've got a field setting now. The skipper's got a long off and a long on, cow corner, all out. And just as I was about to say, no, it doesn't adjust it. A sweeper out on the cover boundary. Straight through to the keeper. No run. So wicket and 2 dots for Sagar, the skipper. Opening his account here with the ball and doing a good job of it. And right now just creeping above 9. They need to get the scoreboard ticking over. Fuller ball This one played out to the cover sweeper. They're going to come back for a second. They decide to do so. A good throw would have been all sorts of trouble, but the throw wasn't good enough. They managed to come back for the second. Stumps broken with the batter Islam making his ground. So Alam gets off the mark with a 2. Sagarius continue, shuffles in. Slower ball just floated up there, squirted out to Smith at point. He'll take a single. Sagar, last ball of this over, and this one has hit aerial, but it's going to come down. Yep, it does. This fielding sweeper then coming round from the cover boundary, cutting it off on one bounce and managing to stop the second. So 88 for the loss of 7 wickets. So just 4 runs off that one, which means again the pendulum swings back in the direction of Oulu as the Tigers fall 8 runs behind where Oulu were at the equivalent stage. 96 for the loss of 5 wickets at the end of the 15th. 88 for 7 the Tigers now. So somehow, somewhere, going to find a partnership or two to try and put together over this last 5 overs of the innings to try and get towards the target score of 134. 46 from 5 is the equation, so 9.2 run rate required. Pardon me. Forgot to bring my polo mints this morning, but it is Shekhar who's going to bowl his 4th over. He's only gone for 19 so far. That one just picked up in the arc. Only get the one though. Fielded out there at deep mid-wicket, managed to do a good job sweeping. Didn't take it cleanly, but still managed to just keep him down to 1. This one just dabbed into the offside and they'll come through for an easy single. The fielder's set back on the ring. But they're going to need more than ones, so they can dab it around so long as they manage to pick up a boundary or two in between. Not managed to do so for a few overs. This one just whipped into the leg side, sending his partner back there. Wanted to come back for a second. Doesn't manage to do so. So 15 Waliul Alam it is that was interested in the second run. It doesn't get one. Oh, this one's just floated up. Oh. Just turns this one around the corner. Was floated up there to be hit into the ditch almost. It doesn't go for it. Just glides it down to backward square for the single. 4 singles so far off this one. This one, ooh, floated up there again, looking for the shot. Didn't make any contact through the keeper. That'll just be the one by. Dab down, but straight to the backward point fielder, Smith, who returns it to the keeper. There's no run, so it's 93 at the end of the 16th for the loss of 7. .93 for 7, 101 for 5, Oulu were, so still 8 runs in it. The equivalent stage now, the run rate required creeping above 10 41 from 4. So not beyond the bounds of possibility, but somebody's going to have to take this innings by the scruff of the neck if Turku are going to get close to the 134 target. Sagard is in. Thought there for a minute there was going to be a run out, but umpire Parvis not interested. Thinks the batsman made his ground. That's all that matters. So Sagard is to continue with his second. Back over length. So just a single so far. Need to start pushing it around. It's a full length. This one is hit straight at the extra cover fielder, but they come through for a single. Direct hit. No question that the batter was in. Problem there being that if that had taken a ricochet and gone past the keeper, then there was in for an overthrow, but fortunately for Oulu it didn't. So it's just the one. Run rate required now above 11, 39 off 3.5. This is Lamed is going to face. Steps away and swipes at that one. They're going to come back for the second. Ooh, direct hit would have been interesting. Alam doesn't look like the quickest of runners between the wickets, but managed to get back for the 2. They need to be dealing in 2s as a minimum from here on in, and they know it. It's going to have to keep pushing Oulu fielders. .1 and a 2, not enough to get them home from here. They're going to have to do something. Squirts that one backward square, and there's just a single. We'll need a boundary here. Turku. And they manage one. What have we got? We've got long off out right in front of the commentary box here. Cover sweeper in the cow corner. Playing a miss. So that'll close out the over. Only 5 off it. Not enough for the Tigers. 98 for 7 at the end of the 17, so 3 to go. Equivalent now, the gap just gradually increasing, 36 from 3, so that's 12s for the last 3 overs. At the end of the 17th, Oulu were 111 for 6. Lost a wicket on the Nelson, but 13 ahead at the equivalent stage. And looking here, it'll be Oulu's to lose, and these Turku lower middle order batters managed to pull something off. So Shekhar bowled out in the previous over in any case, so there'll be a bowling change. There's going to be looks like Sagar. Vishawakarma, who's he's got 1 left. Yeah, he's bowled 3, 7 for 2 so far, his figures, so he's done a wonderful job so far. Is he going to continue with that? That one's hit. Aerial to the wide long off fielder, who manages to swallow it. He kept hold of it. Thought then for a second he was struggling to get there, but no. He takes it, so Islam it is that departs. That's 8th wicket down, with the score on 98. So it looks like curtains here for the Tigers, unless they can do something special in the last 17 balls. Vishwakarma 7 for 3, improving his figures even more. Islam departs. It's a good effort. Jayawardena it was that took the catch. And it's going to be number 2, Mafiur Rahman. That'll join Alam at the wicket. Limon, I think it has on his shirt, but Mafiur Rahman is the name on the score sheet. Sorry, team sheet, beg your pardon. Playing a miss. Vishwakarma, his left arm. Look like getting any bat on that. Rahman needs to hit something on it. Get Alam down at the other end. He's somebody that's in. He's faced 10 balls, his partner. And there's another one playing a miss. Another nothing shot, really. Just want to get behind the line of the ball and guide it anything backward. On the offside, there's only a third man right on the boundary. That's his angles here from the left arm over, but he's not managing to get a bat on it so far. Full of ball. Another playing a miss. Unfortunately for the Tigers, looks like they're going to be falling short here. Wicket and 3 dots in the 18th. Really putting the pressure on now, the Oulu seamer. Manages to get a bat on that one, and there's a sweeper out there on the cover boundary, just a single. So Rahman gets off the mark, just takes 4 balls to do so, which is 3 too many at this time, at this stage of the innings. Alam now knows he's got to do something here. He's got to get a boundary off this ball. And he doesn't get one, but dabs down to backward point for a single to bring the close of another good over. 4 overs, 9 for 3. Can't complain about those figures. Vishwakarma 100 for the loss of 8 at the end of the 18th, which means we're already in the run rate required levels of 17 and over. 34 off the last 2 is the shout. The end of the 18th, Oulu were 121 for 6, so 21 ahead already at the same stage. Looks like Sagar, skipper, is going to bowl his 3rd. He's only gone for 9 off 2 then so far, so this over has to go. Is it going to be Alam, the man, to do the job for the Tigers? We've got 29 Shudir Vishwakarma here at long off in front of the commentary box. We've got a long on and a deep cow corner. That's slashed backward a point. I think they're only going to get 1 though. Needs to get himself back on strike, doesn't manage to do so. That one squirts down to the 3rd man field and then just be a single. So Alam moves on to 8 from 12, but that's not enough. They need 18 and over from here. They're going to find the boundary somehow. A new batter, Rahman, one of them has to do it. No bat on that one. It's just thudded into the pad and they come through for a leg bye. So we're in territory of Boundaries only. Here, is it going to be Alham the man to do it? There's a swing at that one, but he only gets an inside edge onto the pad, and it'll only be a run. Only a single. Only a single. Not going to be enough. 103 for 8. The run rate required is above 20 now. 9 balls left. 31 is the call. Swing and a miss. 8 balls remaining. Still 31 needed. Can't be swinging and missing anything now. Going to get a bat on it. Get down the other end if you can't hit a boundary. It's struggle here, as it has been for the Tigers all the way through so far. And another one. So Sagar in, final ball of the 19th, and another swing and a miss. There's been a few of those already this over, a few too many for the Tigers. And that'll be the end of the 19th with the score on at 103 for 8. So we're going to have to see a bunch of fireworks here if the Tigers are going anywhere near the score. 31 needed off the last. We'll have a championship trophy presentation after the match. If you'll join us after a short break, the close of the innings. For these two teams having travelled all the way to Kerava today, that's the least we can do. Celebrate their two fantastic seasons for these two teams. It comes down now to one final over of the season. The last over of all the 4 divisional championship events that we have here in Finland this summer. Hopefully we'll see some more teams joining next year for an even bigger national championship. And it'll be Smith, who was struggling with his footholds in the first half of the innings from the residential end, will bowl the last one from the water tower end. And that one through to the keeper for yet another dot. So it's 6s here needed by the Tigers. Five sixes to tie the scores. And there's an attempt at one, but he's not got enough on it, I don't think. No, straight down the throat of long on coming in. So that'll be the 9th wicket down and the final nail in the coffin for the Turku Tigers. Smith picks up his 4th. He's going to finish with some great figures here today, whether he can grab a fifer. Alarm is that departs 9 from 15. And the final batter for Turku Tigers, 75, Nirupam Kumarshil. Thanks again to our camera operators. Fantastic job they've done today as well. First timers. Been very good. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it. You've enjoyed your company. We've got the impossible equation of no balls and free hits and all sorts of things to go on for the Tigers to take this one. 31 off 4. So 46.5 is the run rate required. No chance that's going to happen. The question just here is whether Smith can bag a fifer and finish the innings. He's in. Bowls. That one just played out towards cover fielder. They're going to come back for a second on the overthrow. Needless. Two runs onto Smith's figures. So 21 4 of 3.3. Moves the score along to 105 for 9 as he's in. Swing and a miss. Top of off will do it, I think. Yeah. Doesn't look like either of these two last batters are going to be playing anything out. If Smith can just get one on the stumps and do the job, I think. Finish the season with a 5-foot. There's not been too many of those this season in the T20 leagues. And he bowls a full toss, gets put around the corner for 1. So last ball remains of the Division 3 Championship final, which is going to go to Oulu in their first season, 2024. Take the trophy and medals all the way back up north. Smith to bowl the final ball of the final game of the season, or not, as the case may be, as he bowls it down the leg side. And that's a wide. Part of his, the umpire giving the signal. So we'll have a go at the final ball of the T20 season. Smith just bowls that one full. Batter digs it out, and it's Oulu's the champions. 107 for the loss of 9 wickets is the close of the Turku Tigers innings, which means that Oulu Cricket Club are the National Division 3 champions T20. Both these teams will be promoted to the second division in 2025. It's a fantastic job from both of them. Congratulations to the Oulu Cricket Club players and members and support staff, as well as the players and members of the Turku Tigers. Both done a fantastic job this season. Congratulations to you both. We'll put the music on for a short break and come and join us again after a few minutes for the trophy presentation. So Oulu it is, Oulu Cricket Club, all the way from up north of Finland, who will go back home with the trophy this weekend. Fantastic job for them. Join us again for the presentation ceremony. Thank you.
Okay, ready to go. So, welcome back to all of our millions of viewers around the world here at the Caravan National Cricket Ground for the final presentations of the final match of the T20 Championships. Congratulations to both the teams for making it here today. Give yourself a round of applause. I said a couple of times on commentary as well about a fantastic effort from both teams in your first seasons. So I know there's always a loser and a winner in every final, but I hope you two are both equally proud to be going up into Division 2 in your first season of playing in the National Championship, and especially because you're not from the greater Helsinki area, as you know, and lots of chats and talks have taken place over the last few years that of course we want to make cricket the national sport of Finland, so that means across Finland. So congratulations to both of you and all of your background staff and supporters and families and everything else that goes to making all of this happen. So well done again to the both of you. Fantastic job again by our umpires today. They've done a brilliant job all through the season, and without the umpires, then we don't have cricket. So it's a massive appreciation to the guys. And we had an umpires development meeting already then last week about getting more panel umpires doing lots of our games. So I hope you've appreciated their efforts through the season, and we certainly have. Thank you all to the league organisation guys that are not here today. We've got another final taking place perhaps in Tikkurila, the OD final. That's the other final match of the season. But we'll move on to presentations, to medals and the trophy. And if I could just ask the captain of the losing side, the Turku Tigers, to come up for a few words first. Just coming to the camera this way. So the normal question that we always ask is how does it feel right now after your efforts of this season?
It was a great season because everything in my country and we got to get back here. So
Louder, please.
It is a good season in Finland.
Excellent. It's been quite a long season as well. I mean, you guys have played for the first time in the National League, and 9 teams in each of the 2 third divisions. So you've had, what's that, 16 matches plus playoffs. How is your players doing? Any injuries, or everybody all good and fit for the end of the season?
The season was quite long. To be true, it's difficult to play and in the gravel fields, and we traveled a lot. It's quite tiring. So yeah, but otherwise it's really good.
Yeah, well, that's good. There's always things that we can improve on. We can have more grass grounds going around the country, but that needs a little bit more work. But we'll keep doing that. Any special mentions today from this game, from either your side or from the Oulu team?
Yeah, but first of all, congrats to Oulu CC. They're really good team to be appreciated, and hats off to my teams because it's our first year. We got the team, and my fellow members are really nice. I hats off, man. And they made it. The first year we got to the final, and we went through the Division 2. So yeah, hats off.
Division 2. I'm assuming Division 2 next year. If it stays the same number of teams, then next year will be at least a couple of games less. So it's 8 teams in Division 2, Division 1 and the Premier League. So that'll be 14 instead of 16. Not too different, but yeah. Hey, I mean, what else are you going to do in the summer in Finland apart from play cricket? I mean, you might as well just play as much as you can. Congratulations once again. Yeah. Umps, if you just want to come up and give me a hand with the medals. Yeah. I'll give you a medal first, and then the rest of your team can come in. So we'll do them from here. If you can hold this just while I'm passing, or do you want to help me? So you hold that, and then you pass the medal. And then once you guys come up, you just come up here, and then we'll take a photo with all of you with your medals on. So well done. You can choose. We have time. Next season doesn't start until May, so it's okay. it to me, that's all.
Yeah, sure.
Right leg, danda. And left leg.
Action, boys, action. Nice, thanks.
Thank you. Just send it me before you leave, okay? Thanks, guys. Well done. So over to the skipper of the Oulu side. Inside. Well done. So, how do you feel, Oulu Cricket Club champions in your first season?
I mean, it feels really.
This way.
It feels really good because I mean, it's been a long journey for us. We travel all the way from Oulu, 8 hours up there, and then down here to Finland, and
down here to Finland.
yeah, I mean down here to
Oulu's not in
Helsinki.
Kerava.
Yeah, Kerava.
We're not Helsinki. Ooh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, okay. Yeah, but it feels great. I mean, the boys have really done a great effort here. So
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we're having loads and loads of chats over the last, I don't know, what were you saying, 18 months maybe? Something like that. You know, will we or will we not? And we know it's a difficult effort, but you know, hopefully at least it feels now, having become the champions of Division 3, that it was all worth all the effort, and I know it's been a big effort. So congratulations to you all and to all the support staff. Because always, you know, playing cricket, it's difficult enough for all of the cricket clubs and all of the different places. So, you know, another 700 kilometers or whatever it is up north, you know, congratulations to you all. What about today's match? What do you think, what was the deciding factor for today?
I think, I mean, we have been doing what we are doing well throughout the tournament, and I think all the players in this team, they have the skills, and we have been practicing that back in Oulu, and we know what to implement over here. So we are pretty confident to, you know, go by batting, and we wanted to put the pressure to to the Turku side. So we were very clear with our plans, and it just executed well. So.
Executing plans, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's and what about the Turku Tigers? What do you have to say about them today?
I mean, they have done a really great job. I mean, even in the semi-final match, I would say that was so close. So probably we would be the ones, you know, who's playing the other 2 matches and coming back to the finals. But I mean, it's been really great playing with Turku, and I'm really looking forward to playing them in Division 2 as well. Yeah.
Fantastic, great. Umps, give us another hand. Tell you what, you take that one this time, and then Parves can do the medals. Okay. So we'll do this one at the end. Okay. So just take one. You know how it goes after you watch the Turku guys, all right? Great. That's a little bit like, you know, Oulu in Finland. Yeah, it's great. Well done, well played. Satisfied. Great ass. Well played. Nice one. Been there. T-shirt. Well played. Well played. Said the manager till last. Well done, Duan. Well done, mate. And then you got to go back. Somebody else maybe in the match, one you can choose who gets one. Finally, everyone. You first and we'll jump on it. First. Congratulations. You can just do some bonus for them.
ন্যাশনাল ফ্ল্যাগ বাদ বাট ক্লাবের ফ্ল্যাগ হবে না আমি ক্লাবের ফ্ল্যাগ আচ্ছা ওই রুলটা কেমন জানি না এর থেকে শুনতে হবে Look at the camera, look at the ready. Thank you.
Well done. Thanks, boss. Yes, you have my number.
Can we both? We all have one. I think so.
So you.
Andrew, can we have one?
Yeah. Please, just take a couple more with both teams.
Yeah, sure. They're asking, is it possible to have our club flag and take a photo?
Of course.
Hey, Pada, Shaheen, Parva. Parva.
Without you, there's no photo.
Parva.
Should be a good thing.
Come on, Dilina, come. Join. Dilina.
Everyone join.
আমি পাটে পড়ে গেছি আমাকে ধরাই দিছে আজকে I ready. A little bit closer, please.
Me as well. Over on the right hand side. The ladies and the big mouth on the end.
Yeah, ready.
Hello.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks.